Today we arrived in Siliguri, for Gangtok to get relief from the scorching heat of April. So good morning to everyone, from the cold sea. Sikkim and Darjeeling are the closest to us to see mountains and ice in one place. So, summer means Bengalis others Indians from different regions go to these two places to escape the heat. So we also plan to go to Gangtok and Lachung for summer vacation. In our 5-day 6-nights tour, we will explore Gangtok local sightseeing, Changu Lake, Mandir, Nathula Pass and Lachung, Zero Point and Yumthang Valley etc. Even when the snow melts in mid-April or early May, this mountain of rhododendron flowers and other flowers takes on a beautiful alternative form, which will impress you. Due to these reasons, Gangtok is crowded with tourists throughout the year. The hilly state of Sikkim is very small. As soon as the summer vacation started in the scorching heat of May, we planned to spend a few days in the cold weather. And cold weather means mountains. Between Darjeeling and Gangtok nearby, we decided on Gangtok as our holiday destination. If you agree, then tell in the comment box. However, we quickly reached Howrah station after packing some cold stuff. Train 12041 Shatabdi Express will depart from platform number 11 today at 2:15 p.m. It takes about 8.5 hours to reach Siliguri. All three of us are very excited and happy about this tour plan. The train started on time. But if you think about it, the biggest problem is getting the train reservation. Anyway, somehow we got 3 tickets and plan to go to Siliguri on Shatabdi Express. Train is a much more comfortable mode of transportation for us than bus or car. Meanwhile, the train authorities served us lunch. You may not take the meal option while booking the Shatabdi Express ticket. Anyway, we had 2 non-veg and 1 veg included with the ticket. In no time the train reached its top speed and within an hour and a half reached the first stop, Burdwan. The train again started its journey towards Grant. The next station though is Bolpur or Santiniketan. We crossed Bolpur station within 45 minutes from Burdwan. The stoppage time of the train at Bolpur station was 1.5 minutes. So the train left Bolpur station on time en route towards Rampurhat. We were served tea as soon as we crossed Rampurhat station. While sitting on the train and drinking tea, the beautiful form of the sunset flashed in our eyes. The red glow of the setting sun has turned the nature red. And later we passed Rampurhat and other stations and reached Farakka. Farakka is an important place in West Bengal. Farakka Barrage is one of the biggest barrages in West Bengal. The feature of this barrage is that trains as well as other vehicles can travel together over this barrage. The next station is Malda, another one important places in South Bengal. The train ran over the massive Farakka barrage to Maldahar. Now is dinner time. The non-veg meal had chicken, roti, rice, vegetables, ice cream, and the veg meal had paneer instead of chicken. All food quality was fair. After crossing Malda, we arrived at New Jalpaiguri station at 10:45 p.m. And getting down at New Jalpaiguri station and walking outside, you can see autos, totos, rickshaws, etc., and there are several hotels around the station. We easily reached our pre-booked hotel GD Hotel by renting an auto for TK 150. The hotel is located at a distance of 400 meters from the station. The AC rooms rate of GD Hotel is Rs 1800 per night and non-AC rooms rate 1200 per night. After tea, biscuits and some snacks, we left early next morning for Gangtok. We had booked the car in advance. You can also go from Siliguri to Gangtok by share car. These shared vehicles are available from NGP station or Siliguri bus stand. Share vehicles usually charge 400 rupees to 500 per head to reach Gangtok. And our reserved car took 6,000 rupees. The rates of these vehicles depend on the season. The distance from Siliguri to Gangtok is about 115 kilometers and takes about 4.5 hours. After leaving Siliguri for a while, we left the plains and entered the mountain road. A little further on, our companion is the Thistha River. I stopped once to enjoy the beauty of Thistha River. The beauty of the spectacular melding of mountains and Thistha River will leave you mesmerized. After a while, the driver stopped us to have breakfast at a very nice restaurant. Located on the banks of the Thistha River, the restaurant is beautifully decorated and the food here is delicious. We finished our breakfast here with 2 plates of chicken momo and Maggi. From the balcony of the restaurant you can enjoy the wonderful beauty of the river Thistha. But I don't know the name of the restaurant. If you know, then you can tell me in the comment box. However, we left for Gangtok along the Thistha River again. After a couple of hours journey, we reached Gangtok just before lunch. Gangtok is the capital of Sikkim. It's located at the lap of Himalaya and almost 35% of the state is covered by the Kangchenjunga National Park. Sikkim is a state in northeastern India. It borders Tibet in the north and northeast, Bhutan in the east, Nepal in the west, and West Bengal in the south. The official languages of the state are English, Nepali, Sikkimese and Lepcha. The population of Sikkim was approximately 6.32 lakhs. It is the second smallest state in India. After checking into the hotel to have less time on hand, we had lunch, then took a little rest and freshened up and went out to see the Gangtok sightseeing. Preview. First we reach Gonjang Monastery. The entrance fee of this monastery is 10 taka for adults and free for children below 10 years. Took some photos to keep the memory with the monastery. After a long walk we reached the monastery. Come here, you will see a truly wonderful monastery. A tall pillar is in the mid-dell of the monastery. The workmanship of its entrance is very beautiful. You will be mesmerized by the holy atmosphere inside. The magnificent Buddhist statues and craftsmanship of the monastery will leave you in awe. All the walls starting from the ceiling of this room are elaborate. We went to the back of the monastery to see the wonderful beauty of the front courtyard. The rooms visible in front are the monks who live in this monastery. The life of these monks is very austere and they have to work hard to survive. Then we heard that there are some wheels right behind it that rotate from right to left to fulfill all the desires of the mind. We all became believers in that belief. Like us, the rest of the travelers are spinning the wheel in the same way to fulfill their heart's desire. This monastery environment will make your mind so calm and mellow that you will forget all sorrows, pains, anger and pride. Then we proceeded in front. Beautifully colored flags add to the beauty of the monastery. From this place you can see the beauty of the entire monastery as well as the natural beauty surrounding the monastery. From this place you can see the entire city of Gangtok hidden in the hill. The next place to visit is Gonjang Falls. It is one of the most famous waterfalls in Gangtok. The entrance fee of this falls is 70 rupee and 40 rupee for students. Parking is 50 rupee for four-wheelers. Valid ID proof is required for entry here. After entering the park and walking a little bit, you can see this waterfall. The wonderful beauty of this waterfall surrounded by amazing greenery will fill your mind. Here you can do several activities which cost from 100 taka to 500 taka. This water is so clear and cool that you can't stay without getting into the water. In this park you will find restaurants and other facilities. With no more time to sightsee, we headed to the most popular place in Gangtok, which is Marg. You can come to Marg from anywhere in the city by renting a taxi for 100 or 200 rupees, or for a share of 40 taka. At the entrance to this market you will see a statue. There are some statues and rows of flower trees in the middle of this market. And on both sides of it are rows of various shops. Coming to this beautifully arranged market will fill your heart and empty your pocket. There are many food shops in Dhaka where you can have dinner if you want. There is another market adjacent to this Marg called Lal Chop Market, which is slightly cheaper than the comparable Marg market. A little further from the Marg, a road descends to the right. The shops along this road are Lal Chok Market. This is how we spend our first day in Gangtok. Today we will visit Baba Mandir and Changu Lake. Despite waking up early, we were delayed in starting our journey due to late breakfast at the hotel. Nathula Pass was included in our package itinerary. But we did not get the permission to go to Nathula Pass as the travel agency did not generate the permission on time. If you want to go to Nathula Pass during season time, then you must prepare the permission in advance. Anyway, a little further from the hotel, I saw a line of cars lined up ahead. Due to the usual traffic jam, it took us a long time to reach the permission office to go to Changu Lake. After showing the permission letter and crossing the traffic jam, we proceeded towards Changu Lake. First we will see Baba Mandir, then while coming back we will see Changu Lake. Mondays and Tuesdays of every week are closed. So you plan to visit Nathula Pass, Changu Lake, and Baba Mandir by excluding these 2 days. Today we are going from Gangtok to Lachung. After finishing breakfast in the morning, we left. There are two roads from Gangtok to Lachung. One road leads directly to Lachung and the other road takes much longer to reach Lachung. After a short distance, we found the Thistha River again. The bridge was badly damaged in the terrible accident that took place in Sikkim a few days ago. The short-distance road is closed due to road maintenance, so we have to go to Lachung via the long-distance road. We reached Tum to enjoy the wonderful natural beauty. A new checkpost is temporarily set up here. Our driver quickly completes all the permit work at the checkpost. This post is important to know because this checkpost is not open all day. You have to cross this checkpost before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. to go to Lachung. This rule is now in force as roadworks are underway. A short distance away was the place in Sikkim which had been the worst affected by the previous disaster. Even though 2 years have passed, daily life there is still not normal. It is very necessary to say. Passport or Aadhaar card and 2 copies of passport-size photographs are required for the permit here. This permission is usually done by the driver of your vehicle a day in advance. Snow like white cotton was suddenly seen through the green mass and the clouds gathered in the lap of the black mountains in the distance. A beautiful waterfall can be seen just before reaching Lachung. Crossing a wooden bridge to reach the waterfall, we were mesmerized by its exquisite beauty. When asked the name of this waterfalls from our car driver, he said the name of this waterfall is Amitabh Bachchan Falls. And to know the reason for such a strange name, he says it is the tallest fall, hence its name Amitabh Bachchan. As soon as we get closer to the waterfalls, our eyes are filled with its sweet water and feel very pressed themselves. Taking some pictures for memory and spending some time, we again moved towards Lachung. From a distance, this natural beauty will captivate you. you will not be able to take your eyes off it even if you want to. The wonderful juxtaposition of sun, shadow and clouds in the mountains will leave you in awe for a while.
After a little more journey, we reached the small and beautiful village of Lachung, situated at the foot of the hill. It took us about 8 hours to reach Lachung, a town 43 kilometers south of Gangtok. Due to impossible road conditions, our time is comparatively longer. As you enter Lachung, you will find many homestay hotels and Indian Army camps. The population is very small. Lachung is a picturesque mountain village in Sikkim, India, located at an altitude of around 8,858 feet. Looking at this beautiful picture of nature, it seems as if someone has carefully painted each and everything with great skill. It's situated in a deep valley at the base of the Himalayas, on the Lachung River, a tributary of the Tista River, and near the border with Tibet. Lachung is known for its natural beauty, including snow-capped mountains, waterfalls, and clear streams. It's also a popular destination for adventurous activities like trekking, skiing, snowboarding, and snow tubing. It is very important to know that due to its high altitude, the effective oxygen level in Lachung can be low. Healthy people probably won't have any problems, but people with breathing issues should avoid the area. Lachung has a local self-governing body called the Dzumsa, and the villagers have preserved their unique cultural identity. The Lachung Monastery is a prominent place for religious and cultural activities. Finally, we reached the hotel around 4 p.m. Our hotel is located at the far end of Lachung village. Our hotel was fairly good, and just opposite the hotel was a large Indian Army camp. The fatigue of our 8-hour journey disappeared in an instant after seeing the wonderful natural beauty around the hotel. From April to May, all the hotels here are booked in advance. So it would be wise to book a room in advance if you come here this time. Although the hotel rooms are average, the feature of this hotel is that you can see the cloud plate floating on the lap of the mountain from very close. The name of this hotel is Hill Crown. Now I am trying to show what the rooms inside the hotel look like. The hotel rooms are made of wood and have 2 separate beds, so that 2 people can sleep well. Water was not a problem in the hotel, and there was a 24-hour hot water facility. We freshen up quickly and take some rest and go to the terrace for afternoon tiffin. Reaching the roof of the hotel, we are amazed to see the amazing handiwork of nature. Seeing clouds floating on the lap of the mountains in green clouds fills the mind with joy. We could not have imagined that it would look so beautiful. With the play of mountains and clouds all around and hot Maggie with it, the joy of this wonderful juncture is hard to express in words. As the cloud cleared, I suddenly saw a fire burning on the top of the mountain. At first I was really surprised, not thinking for a moment that the sunset light falling on the snow mountain would reveal such a beautiful form. Gradually the sky cleared more and more clouds, and that wonderful scene became brighter. We couldn't take our eyes off of this wonderful scene. And within 5 minutes, some clouds suddenly came and covered everything. As the evening came down, it became cloudy all around. All the lights of the military camp ahead and the bells of the temple continued to be heard from the camp. Doubt made the cold even more shaking. Now the temperature here is 7 to 8 degrees Celsius. According to hotel boys, a layer of snow around 10 to 12 inches is accumulated on the roof of this hotel every year in January and February.
Thus ended another beautiful day at Lachung. Waking up in the morning, a new beauty of nature was seen through the window. Then after having bread and butter for breakfast, we set out for Yumthang Valley. From the military camp ahead, the armies marched in line to their own work as usual today. We moved on, gradually weaving through the pines and various mountain trees. All the flowering plants that we carefully plant in our homes are seen here along the road. Wherever you look, the clouds seem to be sleeping on the lap of the mountains. Now a lot of snow is visible on the top of the mountain. Both sides of the road and the entire hill are full of rhododendron flowers. The mountain sunrise is not yet. After some distance, the Indian Army on duty was seen again. Here you can see army cams and army patrols here and there because the Chinese border is very close from this place. Today at 6:30 we started our journey to Yumthang Valley. There are several reasons. First of all, today we have to see Zero Point in Yumthang Valley and return to the hotel in Lachung. After lunch, we have to return to Gangtok. And secondly, the earlier in the morning you can travel to these two places, the better, as the weather in both the places starts to change as the day progresses and the whole place gets covered in clouds. Another important point is, we have already bought an oxygen cylinder as per the driver. That's because the price of these oxygen cylinders in Yumthang Valley is very high. So if you can, buy it first where you can get it cheaper. The price of these small oxygen cylinders is 600 to 650 taka. You should never deduct this expense. It is very normal for normal people to get short of breath at this point, and that is when you will understand the need of this oxygen cylinder. So never forget to take it with you. One more thing you can do, that is you can rent boots from the hotel in Lachung, because the boots rent at Zero Point is very expensive. Sometimes they charge 100 rupees for boots. The water that appears on the road is usually spring water. As the snow melts, the speed of the spring water increases and it flows over the road at times. As I progressed through the high and low roads, the condition of the road started to deteriorate. Now we have reached the checkpost where permission letter has to be shown to go to Yumthang Valley. After getting permission, we again proceeded towards Yumthang Valley and Zero Point.
0 points are not included in the package, because the weather of this place is not always suitable to visit. To go this you have to arrange directly with the driver. And for this extra amount has to be paid to the driver. Today we will first go to Chur Point, and on our way back we will see Yumthang Valley. Everywhere you look here, there is a wonderful beauty hidden in it. Now let's know something about this Yumthang Valley. The extremely picturesque Yumthang Valley is situated at an elevation of 3,564 m in the north of Sikkim. The place is amongst the most famous tourist destinations in Sikkim, popularly known as the Valley of Flowers because of its unique location above the line where no trees grow. The shrubby slopes of the snow-clad mountains around the valley, the long stretches of land covered with flowery meadows, and the scented environment makes this place a nature's wonderland that attracts many tourists from around the world. The valley is the vantage point for the beautiful peaks of Panhanri and Shundit Senpa, forming an amazing scenic setting for the gushing Thista River. The grazing yaks amidst thousands of blooming Himalayan flowers and an astounding collection of rhododendrons entice the visitors to stay for a little more time. One can also hire a taxi from Lachung, which is just about 26 kilometers/49 minutes of drive away from the Yumthang Valley. The road reaching to this valley offers the spectacular view of the field of varieties of rhododendrons on both sides. Due to its proximity to China border, even this place requires an inner line permit, which can be obtained from the Tourist Information Center or through any registered tour operator. However, the higher we climb, the more beautiful nature becomes. It seems as if we have all arrived in a dreamland. Ahead, the small waterfall can be seen turning into ice. We drove through impossibly winding roads and the temperature gradually got cooler. The white part on the mountain you can see in the video is actually ice, but it mixed with the soil and it got this shape. We proceeded over the makeshift bridge built by the Indian Army as the road was broken due to the river Kasrota. Due to this height, no big trees are seen here. Sometimes we feel like we are traveling to another planet beyond this world. A small handmade iron bridge can be seen ahead. It looks like it was made temporarily by the army. The spring water in the mountains itself chooses its course at different times, in different directions. That is why the Indian Army has to prepare such bridges due to the temporary collapse of some roads. Many have gone out on their own renting bikes to appreciate this beauty better. Taking a bike to this place gives a different thrilling feeling. So if you don't have kids with you, you can realize the different feeling and joy of riding. Nature has decorated itself with a thicket of extraordinary colors. Zero Point is also known as Yumthang. It stands at an altitude of 15,300 feet above mean sea level. It happens to be the last outpost of civilization and the place where three rivers meet amid a panoramic view of snow-clad mountains and picturesque surroundings. Since it is located very close to the international border between India and China, visitors need permission to come here. We should respect this beauty of nature and take care not to spoil it. Now we have reached Zero Point. But there is not much ice visible at the moment. Some places have good snow and some places are bare. There you will get boots for rent and oxygen cylinders. You can buy Maggi, coffee and tea at this place if you want. After spending about 45 minutes at Zero Point, it was our turn to return. A lot of car lines are now seen entering the Zero Point. We move forward searching for more ice. We reached this place very early in the morning, yet there was a huge queue of cars. We hired 3 boots for us and crossed a small swamp and proceeded towards the snow. Seeing some ice ahead, we moved on. The stream you see ahead is very clear and we can clearly see everything below it. Here everyone is busy taking pictures with snow. We also try to capture some memories through pictures. If you come in March or early April, the look of this place will be completely different. We started climbing very carefully. The rocks have become slippery due to the ice melt water. Very carefully I stepped on the stone and slowly climbed up. Everyone is piling up here as there is some ice in this place. No matter how difficult it may be, coming to this place and realizing its form will make your life worthwhile. As I said earlier, if you rush a little too much or try to climb too quickly, you may suddenly feel dizzy. At first I did not understand, then I realized that it is mainly due to lack of oxygen. From the line of cars, it seems that many tourists have come here today. My son has started getting headache. Still, he doesn't want to miss out on the fun of playing with ice. The only way out of this is to do whatever you do very slowly and take some rest when you have time, so that the body does not become oxygen deficient. He is our car driver, a very funny man who will keep you entertained all the time, and his name is also funny. Everyone calls him CC. The biggest thing is that the popularity of Lachung to 0 point is unbelievable if you don't see it. A lot of car lines are now seen entering the 0 point. After spending about 45 minutes at 0 point, it was our turn to return Lachung. On the way, the weather suddenly turned bad, from where the white cloud came and covered the whole road. Thus again, following the same road, we proceeded towards the Yumthang Valley. Let me tell you some more information about Go 0 point. It takes tourists about 1.5 hours to reach here from Yumthang Valley, which is 25 kilometers away, and about 3 to 3.5 hours from Lachung. After reaching here, there are no civilian roads beyond, and that is why it is called 0 point. Though the roads can be treacherous, driving here is worth the reward of beautiful and pristine mountain sites. If you're lucky, you can also spot a yak in the snow. Zero Point hardly has any green stretches of land, except those that become visible when the snow melts. On this way back now, we will visit Yumthang Valley and then return to Lachung. And after reaching there after lunch, today we will go back to Gangtok. I don't know how much the body will support today. Such a long journey, again on such a hilly road, is very difficult. So Lachung is best if it is 2 nights. Due to lack of time, we have to go back to Gangtok today, as we have a train back to home tomorrow afternoon, from New Jalpaiguri station. Thus, crossing a bridge over a small waterfall and seeing the yaks up close, we reached Yumthang Valley. The entire valley is covered with green grass, and countless yaks are seen grazing on the green grass. It is difficult to describe the beauty of this valley with the green grass below, the blue sky and the cotton white snow on the mountains in between. It is a wonderful natural beauty, and the feeling of realizing this beauty is also wonderful. Let's know more about this valley. The height of Yumthang Valley is 12,000 feet. The yak ride is something one can never miss on their visit to Yumthang Valley. Rhododendron flowers of different colors are blooming on both sides of the road.
You have to go down from the road to reach this valley. Surrounded by green hills, this huge grassland is surrounded by snow-covered mountain tops and a collection of flying clouds over it. However, in the month of February and March, this green mountain is covered with white ice sheets. A number of springs come down from the far side of the hill, which merges with the river located here. We now proceeded towards the river. Along the river, some white flags can be seen lined up on both sides of the road. It's so nice to walk through the flags flying in the cool breeze. The Yumthang Valley looks more beautiful from above, and the course of the river here is very beautiful.
I never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things.
Here you can tour the entire valley by riding a yak. It costs 100 rupees to take pictures on the back of a rock and 500 to 1,000 rupees to travel to the valley.
Secret start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never.
Near to this are the two well-stocked rivers for the anglers, Yumthang Chu and Puniya Chu. And just about 7 to 8 kilometers away there is very impressive Shingba Rhododendron Sanctuary, which has a 35 square kilometers large field that has over 38 different varieties of rhododendrons. On the way to the Yumthang Valley, there is a hiker's pathway that leads to a small bridge reaching the Yumthang Hot Spring. The surprising factor about this place is that even in the coldest weather, the water flowing from this remains warm. About 7 kilometers further to the north of the hot spring, there is a very famous Shiva temple.
Guess I'll never know. Here we go.
Zero Point, which is around 23 kilometers away from the Yumthang Valley at an altitude of over 15,000 feet, very close to China border, is another very popular destination among the trekkers because of its immense scenic charm and unobstructed view of the snowy peaks.
This life is all we know.
Although we did not want to leave such a wonderful heavenly place, we had to think about returning after spending some time.
I never really know
On the way back, I saw some more colorful rhododendron flowers, but I didn't want to go, but we had to leave Yumthang Valley because we had no way.
I feel like you were gone. It's all the things you never show. They're all the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow.
Then on our way back to Lachung we spent some time at a small market.
And after buying a few souvenirs from here, we went to Lachung, and after lunch we checked into Gangtok Hotel at around 11:15. Traveling from 5:30 in the morning to 11 at night, our condition is very bad. However, we decided to visit Lachung again sometime next year. Thanks everyone for giving your valuable time to watch my video.